So how is it a logical thing for women to 100%, especially black women, right? How is it a logical thing for them to be able to just 100% blame black men for everything? I can't make a choice for you. I can't, as a black man here, I can't sit up there. You might have like several kids. I didn't sit up there and force you to lay down with the guys that you lay down with. I didn't force you to procreate with any of those guys. When I look on Instagram and I see black women sitting up there taking provocative photos and all this other stuff, I didn't force you to sit up there and take those photos. Now, as a man, I may like those photos because it is what it is. Those are there to basically entice a man, to basically attract a man to whatever that woman is. Guy, at the end of the day, guys are going to sit up there and like photos. Sue me. But like I said before, I didn't force any of those black women to put those photos up there. I'm not forcing you to twerk. I'm not forcing you to bend over. I'm not forcing you to show a camel toe. I'm not forcing you to sit up there and show nipple rings. I'm not forcing you to do the splits. I'm not forcing you to twerk on dinner tables and at restaurants and all this other type of. I didn't force you to do none of this.
New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2-year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
I didn't force you to sit up there and get surgery. I didn't force you to get BBLs. I didn't force you to get your face or your cheeks done. I didn't force you to get a tummy tuck and replace fat and put it all over the place. I didn't force you to get a breast lift. I didn't force you to do none of this as a black man. So no, I'm not standing for any of this nonsense where it's continuous like, oh, it's black men's fault that, black women have an issue with their color. Black women have an issue with texturism. Black women have an issue with this. Black women have an issue with this. Black women. No. If it takes two to sit up there and create a child, it also takes two when it comes to the whole aspect of everything else. So, right, that, like I said, I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to these things, right? So, as I've stated to you before, where I said that, a lot of guys out here, stop getting any and every woman out here pregnant. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Use condoms. Use whatever you have to sit up there and do to not be on child support, right? That's 50%. Women, I can't tell y'all to sit up there and use dental dams because a lot of women don't even know what the hell that is. I'm not even sure if they even still make those. Right? A lot of women are like, a dental dam, what is that? Let me Google this real quick. Right? Because women have been so programmed to just carry male condoms. Right? So, like I said before, it's very tough, coming from my perspective to 100% want to try to tell women what it is that they should and shouldn't do because, all you're going to sit up there and hear is mouth. But then you want to sit up there and open your mouth and be like, how come black men don't care about us? How come black men don't love us? Which one do you want? Do you want us to critique you? Do you want us to correct you? Or do you want us to just like shut up? Make up your mind. It's not going to be both. That's not how men work. Because either we're going to sit up there and do the work or we're not going to sit up there and do it. That's how it is. Because y'all always sit up there and say like, men don't sit up there and listen. Men don't sit up there and do this. Men don't sit up there and do that. Well, when we do sit up there and decide to listen, and we do to sit up there and decide to put our foot down, you want to sit up there and start calling us oppressors. You want to sit up there and start trying to call us controlling. You want to start label everything that a man does as toxic masculinity. Right? So like I said before, when all of those men that you wanted start basically disappearing and you're left with a whole bunch of other, that's on you at the end of the day. Because you've been putting out here what type of men you want. You've been putting out all of these mixed messages, and the universe is going to give you exactly what you ask for. So like I said, to a lot of black women out there, y'all better be very careful with your mouths. I don't care how this comes off. I don't care if, oh, this is misogynistic, this is controlling, this is what I'm talking about with black men. Well, oh well, sweetheart, it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. Like I said, for me being a black man, the thing that I've understood is that no matter how I put things, I can put things as sweet and as nice as possible. You know what I found out? Women don't really listen to that. Women don't really listen to that. You know the main saying that's always out here? You've never heard a saying such as nice girls finish last. You never heard of that. You're not going to show me a culture that has ever said that in the history of mankind. But you know the main thing that has always been stated, that nice guys finish last. And you know where I've heard that most from? I've heard that from women. So automatically that tells me that a lot of women out here, regardless of them saying that they want a nice guy, they want to be shitted on. They want to be treated bad. They want to be treated horrible. They want to be disrespected. Nobody's going to tell me any different. Because if there is different, then the saying nice guys finish last, that would have died before I was born. But here we are. Nice guys finish last. So like I said before, up until further notice, women want to be shitted on. Women want to be mistreated. Women want to be disrespected. And this is a fact. Because if it wasn't a fact, then women wouldn't have all of these horrible stories about relationships and guys that they've dated. You wouldn't continuously keep going after the same type of guy, right? Because a lot of women sit up to say, I don't have a type. But then if you start to like go by her boyfriends, you start to go by the types of mentalities that they have, the way that they carry themselves and do certain things, you'll start to little by little start to see a type in a cookie cutter image. A lot of other women will say that they have a type, but then when you look at what they date, I'm like, what are we doing here? You said that you wanted a nice guy and all of this other stuff, but you dealing with a dude that's been in and out of prison for beating the hell out of his girlfriends. And you're now your girlfriend number 14. And then that comes into the whole aspect of women saying that men don't respect them. You don't respect yourselves. And I'm going to say it exactly like that, and nobody's going to prove me different. If you hear stories of women continuously saying that they've been in countless relationships with like abusive guys, you don't respect yourself. You don't value yourself. Because a woman that respects and value themselves, they would never allow themselves to be in that type of relationship continuously, back to back, to back to back, to back to back, right? They wouldn't sit up there and allow it, right? And then let me go to this second picture, right? I got another image up here from another person that decided that they wanted to also leave some comments as well, right? So we got this image directly up here, right? Oh, it's going to be a little bit, blocked out. Let me see if I can maybe move my camera, maybe like right there. I'll wait until I basically do it. So the end begins, basically stated, I am the dislike, basically talking about the video, all right? I have a problem with the bus traveling around the country with depictions of naked women, right? This is a strip club in one city hiring a party bus with no naked people on it. I had a problem with the Take Your Booty to the Polls in 2020. I am an individual with my own personal opinion. I am not responsible for any of the knuckleheads doing what dummies do. And if people judge me for the actions of others, I don't and won't have those types of people in my life. I support art that I like, not art because a black woman did it. I have not campaigned against the artist or Meek Mill, and I won't. But I don't want that in my line of sight. We agree most of the time, but on this we disagree, right? Now, the part that I broke down was the fact that she stated that she is an individual with her own personal opinion, right? So, because I know C. Terry is in here, C. Terry has written, what's up, C. Terry? She has written on a lot of these topics, and she has basically stated, she was like, if it don't apply, let it fly. And I've said that a majority of times too, but I felt that, it's very important if you have a woman directly, state that, because maybe, more women will actually be in tune and actually listen to that. But obviously you can tell by the comments that this woman left, not so much, right? But she said that she's an individual, and She has her own personal opinion. No problem. She said, I'm not responsible for any of the knuckleheads doing what dummies do. And if people judge me for the actions of others, I don't and won't have those people in my life. And the main thing that I responded and told her was the fact that you have a world view, right? So people around the world are basically going to judge one action from that black woman, and they're going to put that on the many of black women out here. This is why when black women go to other countries, you have those other men of those countries thinking that, oh, you're going to dance for me, you're going to twerk, you're going to move your butts, you're going to rotate for daddy, rotate, right? That's what they sit up there and think of black women, but have a lot of other black women, right, on social media and YouTube, have them basically tell the story. They're like, oh no, the guys out here, these other, ethnicities, they love black women and all this. They're fetishizing you. You're a fetish. That's it. That's all you are, and that's all you will ever be. And that's a fact. It's the same thing with black guys being fetishized by other ethnicities and groups of women. The only difference is black guys, usually we know exactly what it is. And, we'll basically play into that because, we're trying to get just one thing at the end of the day. We ain't trying to have a relationship. We ain't trying to have that. We ain't trying to do all that other stuff. Black women, on the other hand, they make it seem as though that doesn't exist. They just solely love black women because they love black women, because they see their skin, they see the hair and everything. No, they see your body. They see your body. If you don't listen to a lot of these black women on YouTube and on all of these other social media platforms, if you go to a lot of these country websites and you listen and look at what they're saying about black women, it ain't nothing close to what these black women are sitting up there telling other black women out here. It ain't. Like, it's great that you might have found somebody of another ethnicity and from another country that loves you for you. But don't try to make it seem like that's going to be the grand or the whole or the total majority in that country. Because, sweetheart, I can promise you it's not. Because in a lot of countries, those men know that they cannot bring a black woman home at the end of the day because their family is going to have a problem and an issue with it. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Like I said, just like black men know, a lot of these women that they sit up there and deal with, they ain't gonna be able to go home with them. They ain't getting married. They ain't gonna be no boyfriend. They're just there just to sit up there and have that fun, and that is what it is. Because at the end of the day, that woman is playing for the home team, and she's going to sit up there and at the end of the day have kids from a man of the same ethnicity and the same background and religion. 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna be trying to have a kid with a black man. Because you know what the family's gonna say, like, oh, how dark is the baby? What's the skin tone, the eye color, the hair texture, is gonna be all of that stuff. And people get mad when black people are like, yo, black people, y'all need to stay, specifically with, black people so you don't have to deal with a lot of those extras and all that other type of stuff. And then people are like, oh no, that's racist and that's this, that's that. I can't do that because I got I'm mixed in my blood. I got a variety of different things. I'm not really just a grand total black. I got some Russian. I got some South American. I got some other stuff directly in me. To hear black people literally try to go through the whole route of what is in their blood is the most idiotic thing that I've ever seen in my life. Because if black people actually did their history, they would find out that black people have been on every single continent. But like I said, you can't sit up there and tell black people nothing because they don't want to listen. Because if it ain't if it ain't going towards like the end goal or whatever they're realistically trying to do or what they got their sights set on, they don't really sit up there and care. They don't really care, right? So the next thing that she wrote, sorry, let's go down here. She said it was a response, right? She said, the bus is disgusting. The lady and whomever else, because I had let her know that a black woman has sat up there and made the bus, and that black women in general who were outraged about Meek Mill's bus were not going to have the same energy for the black women, which they didn't, because I didn't see a gangle of black women trying to condemn and cancel the black woman who made the artwork. They weren't about that life, right? Because at the end of the day, that's a black woman and it's not a black man. At the end of the day, a black man is the enemy of the black woman. That has been the main story that has been given and sold to black women at the end of the day. So let's continue, right? She said, the lady and whomever else called it art, and I wish them well. But people also call spirit cooking art, and it's just plain disgusting. Difference between the two: one, it was on a tour bus. Why I posted my comment? Because I felt the need to explain to you and whomever reads this that the mass majority of black women are not ridiculous thoughts. I wouldn't spend 1 minute worrying about what people I do not know and will never meet think about me. My husband and I are happy with me, so I'm good. How does this make me different or separate? Okay, so this is where I broke down. If people are paying attention, you'll understand exactly what I'm about to say, right? So she just literally said in the lower part, right? In the second part, I'm not sure if you can actually see me moving the mouse. Yeah, y'all probably can't. All right, so she said that the difference between the two is one, it's on a tour bus, right? And then she said later, now why I posted, right? Her response to my comment is because I felt the need to explain to you and whomever reads this that the mass majority of black women are not like this, right? But she just stated earlier, I am not responsible for any of the knuckleheads doing what dummies do. And if people judge me for the actions of others, I don't, and I won't have those type of people in my life, basically meaning that she doesn't care. But within your next response to me, you're basically telling me that you care. And to further show that you care, you wanted to try to correct me and other people and let us know that black women as a whole are not like this. Sweetheart, I never said that black women as a whole are like this. I said that if black women are going to have an issue with Meek Mill, then you need to have an issue with the whole culture in general. Meaning that when black women basically put themselves up on Twitter, Instagram, and all these other places showing off their OnlyFans, sitting up there twerking on YouTube and all this other stuff on these white social media owned sites that are making money off of the bodies of black women, yet again, how are they doing this? Because black women are allowing it. And that's my other thing. Black women want to get mad at black men, right? For showcasing or showing certain things, aka Meek Mill's tour bus. But yet, you're on white-owned sites shaking your behind for free for the whole world to see. And then you want to come back and say that it's the black man's fault that black women are getting disrespected. Sweetheart, no, it's not. It's your fault. You got hundreds of thousands of black women, millions of black women online sitting up there doing this on TikTok every single day, doing this on IG every single day, doing this on YouTube every single day, doing this on Facebook every single day. You're not going to sit up here and try to tell me it's my fault that you're getting disrespected, sweetheart. No, it's not. Start taking responsibility. If I got to sit up there and be responsible for the murder or the criminal activity of what another black man did, you're going to be responsible for this. I'm not hearing none of that nonsense. I hear a lot of black women like, yo, you black men need to sit up there and correct this in the community. Y'all need to treat us better. I'm like, you know what? I take that on the chin. I got that because I'm a man at the end of the day, and I'm going to sit up there and accept it, even though it's not really my responsibility because I live my life differently. It's cool, though. I got you. So within that same tone, have that same respect and do the exact same thing that I've been doing. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunist. If I'm willing to take responsibility for things that another black man has done and try to at least put some type of correction out there, you as a black woman need to do the exact same thing. If you're not willing to do that, then shut up and stop talking to me. It's that simple. We don't got nothing. There's nothing to dialogue about. If you're not, if as a black woman, if you're not ready to sit up there and do that, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same wavelength. We're not on the same mission at this moment in time. So we have nothing to talk about. It's that cut, clear, and dry. At the end of the day, it's that clear, right? So then later on, she said, I wouldn't spend 1 minute worrying about what people I do not and will never meet think about me. But yet, again, let me go back up to what you stated before. You said that I felt, which means that you're in your feelings. See, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. This is the difference between men and women. Guys are going to state logic and facts. A lot of women are going to go by their emotions. Proof of which, let me go by to what she started by saying. She was like, Now, why I posted my comment starts off all great. She said, because I felt. That means that you're in your feelings. That means you're using emotions to control and to convey whatever you're trying to explain right now because you feel that whatever I'm saying is negative in the sense that it's being directed towards you, which it wasn't. You feel that it's a personal attack on you, and not only on you, but for black women in general, and you feel that you're superwoman and that you need to just sit up there and protect every single black woman out here. But yeah, you just said that you're not going to really have conversations. You're not going to really care what other people have to think. But yet you felt the need, felt emotions, right? The need to basically give me a response trying to let me know that, yo, all black women ain't like this. Really? That's what we're doing? Now let's go to the, and this is the killing joke right here. Let's go back to the next one, right? She clearly said that she was in her feelings, right? And this is a response she made to me again. She was like, no, I don't know where you're getting all of those assumptions, right? Because what I do is when people write all of these paragraphs, I go through the paragraph and I sit up there and reply directly back to the person. So I picked out every single thing that she stated. And she was like, I don't know where you're getting these assumptions from. Sweetheart, you wrote this. I'm not assuming anything. I'm going off of facts. I'm going off of the things that are directly within my line of sight, sweetheart. I'm using glasses here. I might have poor eyesight, but I can clearly see when people are trying to play games. And like I said, this is an individual trying to play games, right? So she said, I don't know where you're getting all of these assumptions. I can never separate myself from being a black woman. And most of the black women I know are married and not thoughts. So she said that she didn't separate herself, right? She didn't put herself in a box. Let's go back up to something that I didn't ask her. Let's go back up to some information that she decided to push out that I wasn't looking for, right? She sat up there and said, let me go back to it. She said in her second response, right? She said that my husband and I are happy with me, so I'm good. Sweetheart, I never asked you if you were married. I don't even care. I really don't, because I don't know who you are at the end of the day. So for you to divulge that information as if it was really going to change my opinion, and if I was really going to care, you were sorely mistaken. I did not ask or seek for that information. So that further proves that you are in your emotions and that you feel that I am personally attacking you, which really I wasn't. Was I attacking black women in general? Really, I wasn't. Was I making a critique about black women in general? Yes, that I was. That I was. 100% I was. Right? But like I said before, you're in your emotions. And this is why I can't really have a lot of conversations when it comes to women, because too many women want to deal with emotions. Reality doesn't care about emotions. Facts don't care about emotions. Logic don't care about emotions. They don't. So like I said, I'm not sure what debate you've ever been in, but bringing your emotions into a debate, you lost. It's over. Cut it off. Go somewhere else. Because you done lost. It's over, right? So she later on stated that your defense of that nasty bus is why I commented. So because I had an opinion about Meek Mill's bus, because I knew marketing wise that Meek Mill is hated, especially amongst the black community, because black people love to hate Meek Mill. And whenever his name comes up, people automatically go to it. So that was going to pull eyes directly to his music. And then by doing that, that was also going to give free advertisement to a black woman who was an artist, because we all know black women say that they support other black women. But when you look at a lot of black women who are entrepreneurs, a lot of times you're not going to have black women really supporting them in droves. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. Because if that was the case, there would be a lot of black female entrepreneurs that will be millionaires overnight. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You'll be able to show me a few stories of a black woman being an entrepreneur, and she did a couple of things here and she became a millionaire, but you're not going to show me all of the black women that are on IG right now starting up either a clothing line, perfume, cosmetics, selling hair, doing shoes. You're not going to sit up there and show me all of them being millionaires. and all black women in America supporting them, even though black women love and support each other because it's a sisterhood, right? It's a lie. It's a farce. Let's stop playing these games out here. It's very good to sit up there and keep, saying that. But usually the way that the saying goes is that you're going to fake it till you make it. You're going to believe the lie so that over time that it will become the truth. But the truth is that the lie is the utmost fact, which is the fact that, I'm sorry, the truth is the utmost fact. Sorry, I had to reverse that, which is black women don't really support other black women. Because a lot of the black women that had issues with Meek Mill's tour bus, they're not going to sit up there and go support that black woman that's an artist. They're not going to commission her for work. They're not going to buy any of her artwork. They're not going to go to any of her art showings, nor are they going to donate to anything that she has going at this moment in time. So let's just keep it 100. It's going to be other cultures of people that are literally going to support her first, and then black women are going to sit up there and jump on. Let's just keep it 100. But like I said, I guess that's too adult of a conversation for a lot of people to actually have, right? Maybe I'm going too far, right? So she said, your defense of that nasty bus is why I commented. Her art belongs in a gallery, not on a tour bus. You stated black women need to get, that terminology, hood boogers, I never used that terminology. That's not even my vocabulary, right? You stated that black women need to get other women in order. I'm saying, no, we don't. This is when we start having problems right here with that whole sentence right there. She said that I stated that black women need to get other black women and young black girls in order, which is something that I've always stated because which has been stated to me that as a black man, I need to sit up there and get other black men and young black guys in order so that a lot of the crimes and different things that take place to other men, to children, to elders, and especially black women we can get all of that under control so that we can get focused and do the things that we're supposed to do. So, right. So this is what I'm talking about with the double standards when it comes to black men and black women. Black men are made to be 100% responsible for every single thing. But like I told you guys earlier, when you happen to put responsibility on some of these black women out here, they're like, oh no, that's not my responsibility. She literally just told you that. She said that I said that black women should be getting a lot of these other black women and these young black girls in orders. 100% correct that I said that. I'm not going to deny that or run from that. But then you sat up there and said, I'm saying, no, we don't. So you're saying in general, even though you know it's a problem amongst women, you know that there's a problem that can be circumvented. You know that there's a problem that could be corrected by other women coming together to basically fix this. You're saying your hands off of this topic. So what are we doing here? How do you expect black men to sit up there and work from their side to basically fix every single thing that's detrimental and wrong within a community that comes by way of black men, but you're not willing to even step a toe into this situation right here when it deals with black women hypersexualizing themselves and putting their bodies out here on social media for free and not even making a dime and allowing all of these white-owned sites to make money and profit directly off of them, which you directly correlate and complain about and try to say is a black man's fault when really it's the white man doing it and you sitting up there enabling them. What are we doing out here? What are we doing? Make that make sense. This is why I like sitting up there breaking down people's comments because the logic that people try to use is crazy. You trying to talk like you like a college professor and you in here looking like a fifth grader. That's crazy to me. You giving me information I didn't even ask for. You're sitting up there saying that responsibility should be there and the bus shouldn't be there and all this other type of stuff. But then when I try to put you to task, you're like, you know what? This ain't my responsibility. That's what we're doing. Okay. So then she continues on by saying the world's view of us has always been pushed by America's WS agenda, meaning they've always thought negative. That's why Africans have a derogatory nickname for black Americans. Why should any of us care what any of them think? Let me go back up to what you stated to me before when you're talking about why should you care? Because clearly you're still writing on your feelings. You stated to me why I posted my comment because I felt the need to explain to you and whomever reads this that the mass majority of black women are not ridiculous fools. That's what you stated. And now you're sitting up here telling me in 2 different paragraphs that you don't care what anybody basically says about you because you're married, your husband's good, you're good. So that's all that matters. So why are you coming to me as a black man as if I offended you and as if I specifically called you out and as if I'm specifically talking about you in this video? Why are you in your emotions? Why are you in your emotions? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you can't have a conversation with emotions because it starts going all over the place. It starts going all over the place. A logical person cannot have a conversation with emotional persons. It's just not going to work. They're going to bring you down to their level. It's going to devolve into a whole nother thing. A whole nother thing. So let's go to the last one that she stated, right? She said, also, I've watched you from the very beginning. I hear you mention good elder women in your life. I watched your growth and I hope it continues. We disagree on this and that's okay. I hope you don't start to view black women as we are portrayed and through of, I'm sorry, and though, but and through of by others. Again, I'll hear you on the next video. Now, I'll keep this comment up for the next 4 hours in case you have anything to convey, then I'll remove it. You are whom my comment was for. Thanks for reading my response. Many blessings to you and yours. First of all, like I said before, let me go back up to what she basically stated. She was like, I hope that you don't start to view black women as they are portrayed. I originally started off this live stream by sitting up there telling women you need to be very careful of the energy that you put directly out there. Be very careful of the mouth that you decide to use when you want to sit up there and start coming at black men, because you're going to inevitably end up creating the monsters that you are talking about. Because a lot of black women out here really ain't had the interactions that a lot of other black women have had, but they're trying to go through shared emotions and shared experiences, right? That whole sisterhood type of thing, right? And yet that ends up slowly corrupting the mental thinking of other women, especially young girls. Why? Because those young girls happen to partake and listen in on older black women, have their conversations about the guys that they've dated, and they don't directly tell those young girls like, yo, I made wrong choices in men. I don't want you to do that. They're like, no, this black dude wasn't nothing. He wasn't nothing. He wasn't nothing. And you're trying to basically paint the picture like you're a saint. You're trying to paint the picture like you're just the greatest woman, next to God, next to the Virgin Mary, when realistically you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be making bad choices in selection of men. But you're making those bad choices in selection of men because, one, you've never been corrected by the women that were older than you. And number two, your energy is all jacked up. So like attracts like. So a jacked up person, I'm sorry, let me put it in some layman's terms, right? A fucked up person is going to attract fucked up people. Now, right? We can put it to another instance where you will have good intentioned people that will end up attracting wolves in sheep's clothing. Yes, that does happen. But we're talking about the thing that happens consistently, which is women always making the wrong and poor choices and men continuously on purpose. A lot of women sit up there and talk about like, yo, I'm not trying to do a build-a-bear type of thing. I'm not trying to build a man. I'm not trying to fix a man. I'm not trying to raise a man. But yet you're still a little girl. You're still doing little girl stuff. You're still gossiping. You're still in other people's business. You're still not even really taking care of your own business. You still got a lot of women out here that don't even properly know how to take care of themselves hygienically. I shouldn't even have to mention that. That's crazy to me. That you got grown women out here that don't know how to take care of themselves hygienically. As a young guy, I'm talking about me being 18, 19, 20, I would have conversations with girls in that same age range, and they would be asking me questions about the female body. That should not even be the case. That shouldn't even be the case. Yes, I'm informed because I have a mother and also because I do my own research and want to learn about certain things. But women shouldn't be coming to me asking me about hygiene. That just should not be the thing. That shouldn't be the thing. It just shouldn't. And that was me at 18, 19, 20, 21. That's crazy. And then you sit up there and look on social media and you sit up there and see some of the videos of these women dancing in clubs and they have like a tampon sticking out. What is you doing? What is you doing? Like I said, it's a variety of things that I've seen basically take place, and also some things that I've had taken place by way of me in high school. Let me just, like I said before, let me just bring up one story, right? I might have brought this up like a couple of times, right? This is back when I was in high school, maybe freshman, sophomore year, right? So we got this vending machine near the lunchroom, right, where everybody basically congregates, everybody's talking, it was congested, everybody's just doing whatever, right? I'm just minding my own business, right? I'm the geek in school, right? So I'm in a vending machine waiting, and you got this black girl. Of course, she's one of the main ones. She has a nice amount of melanin, directly in her skin, and she has this pad, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about. One of the pads that women basically wear when they're, dealing with their period. So she decides to take this pad, right? Luckily, after the fact, luckily it was clean, right? She decided to take this pad and to stick it on the back of my jacket. And I'm sitting up there like I'm still like minding my own business or whatever. I didn't really feel it. But you start to hear like people sitting up there like laughing, like snickering, like all this other type of stuff, right? So I'm like, what the hell people laughing at? So like somebody had pointed it out, and I'm sitting up there like looking. So I took off my jacket, and I'm sitting up there like looking at her. I'm like, I'm not even that type of guy. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just let me just stick this to like the top of the vending machine or whatever. And just proceeded to like carry on about my day. But like I said, it's stuff like that of why I don't feel sorry when certain things basically transpire, because I know you got a lot of women out here that still have that same mentality, that want to try to start stuff, that want to, in a sense, try to be that popular one because they know that they got self-esteem issues. Like I said before, looking back and seeing the decisions that I basically made, I had an understanding of the kids at school. I understood that some of them, they came from, no homes at all, right? We had a few kids that might have been homeless, right? Sheltered. You had some kids that had abusive alcoholic parents, maybe no parents at all, raised by grandparents. Like there was a variety of situations. So for me, it's like quietly, I, in a sense, felt sorry and I empathized with them because I understood why it is that they were acting out, right? And that by me, in a sense, engaging with that in a negative type of way would reinforce or help to reinforce that mentality, right? Of them basically acting out in a negative way. It would, in a sense, justify it. And I'm like, I'm not about that life. I'm not going to be the reason that you can say like, oh, he's the reason why I'm able to sit up there and nope, won't even be able to look in my direction for that one. You got to find somebody else for that because it ain't going to be me, right? So, like I said, you got a lot of grown women out here that are still children, but they try to portray themselves as grown women by saying like, oh, I'm independent, I'm this, I'm that, and all this other stuff. But yet the same women who brand themselves, right, as something, don't want to be branded by others. That's not how the world works. Like I said, the world does not care about your feelings. The world doesn't care about your emotions. The world doesn't care about how you felt. The world cares about reality, logic, and facts. That's what the world deals in. That's it. And like I said before, to a lot of those black women out there, y'all better be very careful of how it is that you decide to sit up there and talk about black men, because you're going to end up creating the monsters that you have also been wanting and wishing for. Like I said, people don't understand. This is why I know I can't sit up there and have certain conversations with people. Like when I start talking about like, energy and monitoring and all that other type of stuff, I already know I can't have conversation like that. Like that's like me talking Mandarin to somebody. They're gonna be looking at me like, dude, what are you talking about? Right? So, it's crazy. It is crazy. So it's like, I don't know what to really tell a lot of black women out here. I don't. Like I said before, y'all got to get some of these young girls like in check. Like I said, if I as a black man in a sense got to risk my life to potentially try to have a conversation with a young black man to try to speak some type of knowledge or whatever to him, it's like, yo, y'all could be willing to sit up there and talk to these young girls. I got more of a chance trying to talk to a young dude out here of getting shot in that conversation than you do trying to talk to like some young girls. Let's just put facts where they are. Let's just put facts where they are. Right? So, like I said, all of this is crazy. This is like 100% crazy. You know. Um like I said, I don't know what to sit up here and tell people. I don't. I really, really don't. I don't. But it's just it's crazy to sit up there. Like I said, it's crazy to see the loud few that want to roll up here and that want to come at me and they want to try to make all of these claims. But whenever I ask, right, whenever I ask any of these women to basically give me proof of how I hate black women, they can't really give me nothing. Because you know why? Everything is wrapped in feelings. Everything is wrapped in emotions. I'm not dealing with that. That's not how it works. You think that you think if you go on trial, you think that the courts, you think that the lawyers are going to care about your emotions? Realistically, they're not. They're going to be dealing with the facts. Your emotions are great to try to sway the jury, but at the end of the day, they're going to be rolling on facts. So you can cry all you want to, but if you committed that murder, guess what? You're going to be getting that time. That crying ain't going to sit up there and get you off. It ain't. I mean, unless you're a white girl, but other than that, that crying ain't really going to sit up there and get you off, right? Like I said, you go to a job interview and you start crying, talking about you really need this job. You really think that that job interview is really going to give a care? They got to sit there for like 8 hours interviewing people that they don't even really feel like interviewing, and they're not even really getting extra pay for it. Do you really think that your tears is going to sway them to be like, all right, you got the job. You're a great candidate. Your tears are great. They're going to really work, with all the people that we have, and especially with our shareholders. Your tears are delicious. No, they're gonna be like, all right, well, it was nice knowing you. We'll look over this. The bathroom is right around the corner. Susan, can you send up the next two? Thank you. That's it. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to care about your tears. They're not going to care about your tears. Tears don't pay bills. Tears don't sit up there and incentivize shareholding and stocks being traded and people investing directly into a company. The world don't care about your tears. They don't care. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care. Me no care. So it'd be great, if a lot of these women that want to come up here and they want to say that Seiji hates black women, it'd be great if you can just give me some like definitive proof to like really showcase that I 100% hate black women. It'd be great if you can do that. It'd be great. I've been hearing y'all say this for like years, and I have not really seen that proof really show up. And I got tons of videos up here. I mean, you could potentially just go through videos. Let me just make it easier let me see how many people we got up in here. We got about 25 people. Maybe I got like some of those haters directly in here, right? So let me make it easy for you, right? Let me just brighten up the screen so you can see my face, right? This is how you could easily do it, right? This is how you can decide to do that, right? You can get you a computer and you can decide to get some programming so that you can deep fake, right, the image of me and you can just have me saying a whole bunch of things that just sound completely crazy and that just sounds completely out of character. I'm pretty sure that if you put it a certain type of way, a lot of people will believe you, right? You'll be able to start up a whole YouTube channel off of that. And people would basically just love you because they'll be like, "Oh, see, we got one of those hoteps. We got one of those quote unquote knowledgeable brothers that supposedly loves the black community. We outed him right here. Here he is. Here he is. Listen to this video, right? You can do a deep fake, right? So I'm trying to help you actually gain some money and some attention because obviously that's what you're looking for and you want at the end of the day, because that's why you come into a black man and looking for a response and dialogue and all the other shit. And also on top of the fact, because 9 times out of 10, if you were to go to a lot of other black YouTubers, they're not really going to give you this time. They're not really going to spend, all this time and effort giving you, in a sense, a platform to, go through your comment and have this back and forth conversation, because realistically, they don't give a fuck. They have more important things to actually be worried about. But you have the right person that has time and that will actually give energy to bullshit. And that's clearly what I like doing at this moment in time because, it relaxes me. It puts my mind directly, at ease. But back to what I was saying, to help you incentivize your platform to make yourself known so you can get that love and that admiration and all the other stuff that you realistically want on social media, even though you're saying that you don't, right? So the next thing that you could do is you can actually, whenever you have it, take some time, go through some of my videos that you say that I hate black women, and you can cut those together, right? And just put a still image of me up and just let the audio, the cut audio that you put together very nicely play. And I'm pretty sure you will have some women out there believe it. I'm pretty sure you will have some women out there believe it because at the end of the day, I'm the enemy. I'm the one that's the most detrimental to black women. I'm the one that's causing the utmost negative effect on black women, right? Better yet, let me help you. This is how you can sit up there and cut this, right? So I'm going to say these easy words here, right? So a lot of people say that SEIJIHITO doesn't love black women. They say that he hates black women. They say that he hates the black community, right, as a whole. So I gave you a hot take. I gave you a snippet, right? So all you would have to do is you would get that clip, get a still image, and then get whatever other footage that you want to basically correlate with specifically what it is that I stated. And I'm pretty sure sooner or later somebody will, view it and it'll catch on like wildfire. So I literally gave you, in a sense, 3 different ways to basically, in a sense, have your proof that I hate black women. Like I said, I make it easy for people. If you realistically, wanted to do that, I have tons of videos up there where I do some very harsh critiques. Very harsh critiques. Like I said, I'm actually, as how one of my moderators put it, I'm very nice at this moment in time versus me talking earlier on, when I started YouTube, right? So that's another thing too. If you really, the fourth way, right? If you go back far enough, you can maybe find some harsh critiques where you can be like, yeah, Seiji is he has a borderline hatred for black women. He has a loathing, for black women. Just look at and listen to the way that he speaks, and then listen to the way that he speaks about black men. There's a difference there. He goes all hard on black women, but he doesn't have the same energy for black men. You obviously have not seen me in some of my lives when I've had some men and or black men basically show up and all hell basically breaks loose, at least on my side, right? Or I'm pretty sure you haven't seen the times where in a live stream that I've had a black man come through and start disrespecting 2 of, I think it was like 1 or 2 of my moderators. And I basically stopped the whole thing, put that on pause, and I directed everything towards him and let him basically reply, even though a lot of my moderators during that live stream wanted to basically, all right, yo, Seiji, just give us the word and we'll just get him out of here. I'm like, no. Let him sit up there and talk. I like this. I like this. We're going to continue on what we're supposed to talk about, but we're going to sit up there and have this dialogue right now. And like I said before, and the main thing I told people before, that black man wanted to talk, and I was looking at his picture, like his head looked like a thumb. Clear cut, the man was overweight. So I understand where his anger basically came from. It's like, yeah, you might have a little bit of weight. I'm sorry, overweight. You might have a little bit of strength with that weight, but that's pretty much all you got. Because you ain't running at nobody. You ain't catching up to nobody. You run a couple of feet, you tripping over your own shoes because of your own energy, because you can't stop all that weight because your legs wasn't meant for it. So like I said before, I completely understood where, in a sense, all of his negative energy was coming from when it came towards black women. But like I said before, we're not having that here. We're not doing it. I don't disrespect any of my moderators, and I'm not sure if people actually pay attention. The women that I have that are my moderators, the greater majority are black women, and that's on both channels. So, like I said before, for any supposed black woman to roll up here and to try and say that, yo, Seiji hates black women, good luck. Because just like I've always had black women in my corner, I still got black women here in my corner. Don't matter how many or how few it is, I still got them there. So your case to basically prove that this black man hates black women, you're up shit's creek. I said that completely wrong, but you know what I'm saying. The 8 Mile line, up shit's creek with paddles this deep. So it's like, you know what it is. You already know what it is, So, I mean, technically I could actually keep ranting because the energy is just, it's there, But how long have I even been talking? I haven't even looked at the clock at this moment in time. I've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Just sitting up here talking. That's pretty cool. I wonder if this live stream got demonetized. Let me see. It probably did. It's not going to tell me here, but it probably did though. So I wouldn't be too surprised directly on that, at this moment in time.